Sunlight streamed down. The garden was full of blooming flowers, and the beehive stood quietly among the blossoms. "This is the hive, and this is Buzz, an exceptionally alert bee," the narrator's voice echoed over the garden. The sunlight illuminated Buzz's golden fluff as he danced lightly among the flowers, searching for the sweetness of nectar. "What sweet nectar!" Buzz excitedly flew towards a blooming flower. "Buzz, watch out for the wasp attack!" The patrol bee's voice carried a hint of tension. Buzz weaves through the flowers, its golden figure shimmering in the sunlight. Patrol bees vigilantly hover around the hive, constantly watching for any movement in the vicinity. In the garden, bees are busily collecting honey, creating a vibrant and lively scene. Buzz stopped on a bright red flower, greedily sucking nectar. A patrol bee flew past Buzz, seemingly reminding him to stay alert. Buzz raised his head and looked around, appearing somewhat nervous. Sunlight filtered through the petals, casting dappled shadows on Buzz. The garden is full of sweet scents, but also hides unknown dangers. The buzzing echoed outside the hive, and Buzz warily watched his surroundings. A strange buzzing sound came from afar, breaking the silence of the hive. A scout bee rushed into the hive like lightning, bringing ominous news. "There are a few wasps approaching." The threat of wasps is imminent, and the atmosphere in the hive suddenly becomes tense. Buzz urgently reminded the queen bee, the air thick with tension. The alarm in the hive suddenly blared, the piercing sound cutting through the hive's tranquility. Buzz directed methodically, and the worker bees quickly assembled. A well-trained swarm of bees is like a disciplined army. The fate of the hive is now in their hands. The queen bee hovered above the hive, her wings buzzing, and the air was filled with tension. Around the hive, worker bees surged like a golden ocean, awaiting the queen bee's instructions. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the swarm of bees, foreshadowing an unknown challenge. "Stay calm and follow the instructions. We must execute the plan." The queen bee's voice was low and firm, echoing above the hive. One group guards the entrance to the hive. The other prepares for encirclement tactics. Buzz's voice broke the tense silence. The worker bees acted quickly, with some guarding the hive and others preparing for battle. A defensive war was about to begin. The golden swarm surged like a tide, the determination to defend their home burning in their hearts. Bumblebee aggressively burst into the airspace, arrogantly proclaiming its power. "You little guys are so vulnerable." The bumblebee leader arrogantly mocked the bees. Buzz let out a battle cry, and the bees resolved to defend the glory of their home. "For the hive, attack!" Buzz shouted, igniting the fire of war in the hearts of the bees. In an instant, hundreds and thousands of bees took flight, surging towards the invaders like a tide. The bees gathered in a perfect circle, tightly surrounding the bumblebee, vowing to fight to the death. Bumblebee is trapped in a swarm of bees, a look of terror on his face as he faces a large number of enemies. The bees fearlessly rush towards the bumblebee, determined to protect their hive with their lives. The swarm of bees trapped the bumblebee like an impenetrable giant net, leaving it with no escape. Bumblebee was retreating under the siege of the swarm, its former arrogance completely gone. The bees attacked the bumblebee with sharp stingers, vowing to drive it out of their territory. Bumblebee struggled painfully, unable to escape the swarm of bees, and could only let out a desperate wail. The bees united and used their powerful strength to defeat the invaders, defending the peace of the hive. The swarm fanned its wings, and a heat wave rolled in, filling the air with a scorching atmosphere. Wasps struggled in the heat wave, disoriented and buzzing in distress. Buzz encouraged the bees to hold formation and stick with it. The heat wave continues to rise, and the bees are united to defeat the invaders. Heat waves are rolling in, and the wasps are fleeing in panic under the scorching sun. Utterly defeated, in front of the hive, the bees cheered and rejoiced, celebrating this hard-won victory. Buzz's plan is fantastic, the queen bee exclaimed, her joy overflowing. The sunlight shines on the beehive, as if duped with a layer of golden brilliance, symbolizing hope and new life. The bees gathered together, snuggling up to each other, celebrating this great victory together. In the distance, the fleeing wasp figures gradually disappeared into the sky, leaving only the bees' victorious cheers. The beehive gleams in the sunlight, symbolizing the bees' unity and determination to overcome difficulties. The queen bee looked at her people with satisfaction, her heart filled with pride and honor. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves, creating a rustling sound as if singing for the bees' victory. The hardworking figures of the bees are particularly moving in the sunlight, symbolizing the vitality and hope of life. Inside the beehive, the honey emits an enticing aroma, the result of the bees' diligent work. The bees defended the peace and tranquility of their homeland with their wisdom and courage. The sun shines on the earth, everything is full of vitality and hope, and the bees have begun a new life. Sunlight penetrates the beehive, illuminating the busy figures of the worker bees. A weathered old bee quietly recalls its glorious past from a high place. We once used wisdom and unity to defeat seemingly invincible enemies. The old bee's voice echoed through the hive, full of power. Bees have proven that unity can create miracles, no matter how small the individual.